What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twist the Life of TV. I'm Poetry. You're here for another recap review of Raising Kanan. This is season 2, episodes 4 and 5 as a combination of Pay the Toll and What Happened in the Catskills. I'm probably going to blend these together and not make them separately. Y'all didn't even bother to mention to me last week that I didn't do the recap review, so y'all must not have been looking for it. Or y'all thought y'all got it from me, but you didn't. Yeah. Anywho, Rock got problems. Rock got some problems because, again, she set up in New Jersey without taking stock of what was going on in the area. And we opened up the episode with one of her distribution trucks getting hit. Now, they stacking the money in the walls of this empty truck, whatever, riding over to the other side of town, to New Jersey, which is just across that bridge, I think. And they get hit up. Now, the driver is stupid. Stupid as fuck, okay? He driving down the street. He come to a red light. It's this dude walking across the street, stops in front of his truck, eyeballs him down, then dips down to act like he tying his shoe. The light changed colors, and the man don't move, and he steady blowing his horn. You should knew something was wrong from the giddy up when the man stopped in front of the truck and looked at you. But Rock's crew is stupid as a mug. And why y'all ain't got no weapons on y'all? I'm not understanding this either. You carrying all this weight and you ain't got no heat on your hip? That don't make no sense to me. But anyway, it's Italians over in Jersey, and they hit the truck. Now, they get the phone call back to who was it? They try to reach Lou without any good help. They try to reach, because he was in the studio, they try to reach Marvin, but Marvin wasn't no help either because he taking Kanan up to go see Vernon, which is supposed to be Defcon's brother. So basically ain't nobody really responding to what's going on over in New Jersey. Okay, so we already know that Jukebox had tracked down her mama. She had already went to her mama's church. She saw her there and took off running. Well, Juke got the nerve to go knock on the lady door, sit down and have a conversation with her. I was expecting Jukebox to be more hurt, more mad, but we see as time is developing, Jukebox's heart is getting a little bit colder and colder as time goes on. She's very emotionally paralyzed, and nobody seems to really fucking care. I know we see Rock having a couple conversations with her here and there, but for the most part, they walk around like, okay, girl, get over it. That's life. You'll be all right. You tough. And move on. And they don't think nothing else about Jukebox at this point. She's always on her own. Like I said, she seems like she's a detachment to me from the rest of the family. But she sits down with her, and Kenya tells her, look, I was a scared little girl. I ran off to California like to be a singer. I thought that what it was. I was like, I thought she said he went off to be a singer. She ran off to California to be a singer. Shit didn't work out like she planned to. She got hooked in with the wrong crowd. Probably started doing drugs. You know how musicians and entertainers and singers and stuff do. Probably ran off with the wrong crowd. Or she said she ran off with the wrong crowd. And looked up, it was 10 years later. She still hadn't went back for her baby. So she figured it was rather just be absent than to show back up into her life and disrupt it. And Juke was like, no, I needed my goddamn mama. You should have been there, right? So she said she want to start right now. She want to be her mom. And she want to welcome her with open arms as long as Jukebox take her. You know, a lot of you are speculating that Rock had a lot to do with Kenya disappearing. I got a funny feeling about it too, especially the way that Rock acted later when Jukebox told her that I went to go see my mama, and she was like, you was gonna see her. It's like she was really offended. On top of the fact she was shocked to learn that Kenya is back in New York. Really? And she couldn't confide you? That's because she probably scared of your ass, Rock. Truth be told, it's something that you did or said to her that makes Kenya not come around. You can't make me believe that. You wanted to keep Marvin in check the same way you trying to keep Lou in check. And Kenya basically was a fucking distraction. Especially Kenya with a kid. A distraction. I'm surprised that Lou even got Jukebox for real. Okay, so I'm gonna go on with their story for a second. Who am I going on with? No, we're gonna go ahead and go to Kanan. Like I said, Kanan is going up to the jailhouse to go meet his uncle, Uncle Vernon. You know, he heard his mama saying that Def Con is the daddy, and Detective Epps don't know what he's talking about. He cuckoo in the head. Detective Epps said, I am your daddy. I done took a DNA test. He told him. Didn't he tell him to take a DNA test? Or he told Rock. Why he gonna tell Kanan he took a DNA test? Anyway, he gonna go up there to learn what he can learn about Def Con. It was something that Vernon said to him that had this weird look on Kanan's face. And it was right around the point that he said when Def Con was about your age, he was fucking all the bitches he wanted to fuck, doing what he got to do, he was on top. That threw me off, the way Kanan's face looked. But I did notice through the rest of the episode that Kanan was getting all the bitches, you know. He actually want to be back in the game now. He trying to be who Def Con was, but he really don't believe that Def Con is daddy, but he trying to emulate him. He didn't feel no kind of way coming out of there. He didn't feel like he learned nothing more about who Def Con was as a person. Vernon was like, who else gonna be a damn daddy? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to talk this, that, and the third. You knew your brother was gay. That's pretty much what it was. Okay, remember Def Con? Y'all had to remind me. Def Con was on the down low, and Rock was basically his beard. I'm quite sure your brother knew that shit. And if anybody say differently, probably he killed. That's probably what the whole thing was about. But remember, Def Con was in jail when Kanan was born. I don't know why Kanan ain't figured that shit out. There's no way that he could have got your mama pregnant because he was already in jail before you was even conceived, and he died in jail. Your mama wasn't getting no visitation rights and having no doggone conjugal visits up in there. Use your brain, Kanan. You smarter than the 5th grade, okay? Marvin, I could clearly see he is really feeling the brunt of Jukebox not speaking to him. It was tragic. It was tragic. You know, he whooped his daughter's ass. He choked up like she a dude. You know, disrespected her sexuality. All kind of stuff he did wrong to her. And they went toe for toe. You know, he tried to fight her like she was a nigga. You know, she was fighting back. She spit in his face. She done. One and done. I'm telling you, my daughter's kid, the father ain't never did that to her. But that's all that motherfucker had to do is lie to her one more good time, and she was done. Just like that. Cut him off. Okay. So she still ain't fucking with Marvin. And Marvin is really starting to feel that. And as he talking to Kanan in his car ride about Def Con and Vernon and who they were as a people, he was like, fuck all them. You know, your mama love you. She loves who the fuck you are. She would die for you. And all of the family that's around you right now, we're the ones that's for you. No matter how far apart we are, how mad we are with each other, we ride for each other, point blank, period. And he was really talking about himself. He was really trying to talk to Juke through Kanan right there at that moment. Rock, remember, she was going out to look for houses and out in the bougie neighborhoods to live, and she took Symphony with her. And I'm like, where the fuck did Symphony come from? Well, Symphony is along for the ride. She's saying she just needed his advice. She still uses this man. Her way of flirting with him is to use him. But as soon as he say anything about Kanan, about how you treating him, how you protecting him, why he's scared, this, that, and the third, she goes on the defense and she shuts Symphony down. I think they went and screwed in the bedrooms. I don't know. But they went to go see the bedrooms of this house. She said she wanted to put it down on the house. He's like, congratulations. She's like, you don't seem happy for me. He's like, look, you gotta let me go. I'm tired of this push and pull with you. Every time you call, I come running back. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of the games, okay? I'm tired of the bullshit. Speaking of tired, I'm hot, y'all. My AC is going out in this house. And so I feel a little... So forgive me if I ain't been on here doing the videos, because I've been tired. Sister been sleeping. My gums are swole. I got a sinus headache. My head's pounding on this side. You probably hear me talking with a lisp right now because my gum lines are so swollen over there. Like somebody punched me in the jaw. It's a bad feeling. But anywho, okay, so then we go on to Lou. Lou done pissed me off. Lou still having issue with I keep calling him Patron. Crown, he gonna still be Patron, fuck it. He still having issue with Patron. When Patron trying to be slick, he sold all the mixing boards in the damn studio to pay expenses. Well, how you gonna make more money if you ain't got a mixing board in order to do the work? But that's his plan. He trying to shut Lou out, because remember Lou had been learning everything on the boards. He had quick studied this, that, and other. I'm assuming this may be part of the plan he has with Rock. Ain't sure. They exchange words about, who in charge and who not in charge and how they running things. And, Lou like, I'm getting tired of being punked around like a little bitch. Pretty much, right? So he goes to Fareed, who earlier in the show was hanging out with Rock. I was very surprised about her being with Rock, and so was he. Surprised about him being with Rock, and so was he. So he was like, they in this art gallery, and they walking around, and she's telling them, no, basically, I'm just here just to figure out how you do what you do. I know who you are, but you move different. You different kind of cat in the street. You talking to me all fancy and shit. And he like, trying to explain to her without really saying to her what he doing. Basically, he washing his money through that art gallery. And Rock is like, oh, this is how you doing it. Now, the thing that's getting me about this whole conversation, y'all just met. And I know this woman said that she want to learn how you do what you do. But you giving her your secrets day one? Really? I mean, she seemed like she a little bit interested in them, especially now that Symphony is no longer in the picture. But we didn't know Symphony was no longer in the picture till later on in the episode. But you giving your trade secrets out that easy to her? Rock, you been in the game this long, you don't know how to clean money? Because you ain't really doing it through the bodega. Who, by the way, she's still stashing money in the bodega. The same place that had all the fucking rats, the same place that Unique just hit and could possibly hit again. Now she got one box of cash in the bodega. This one big box, and she got somebody sitting in there watching it the entire time. That's all they doing. I guess it's sitting there twiddling their thumbs because Unique came in the store. They didn't come up, post up, and show they know that they was there, their presence, so he could feel the tension in the room. No, Unique came in, bought him a little Sprite. I noticed that Sprite and Pepsi and Doritos are sponsors of this episode. I have never seen them do so many food placements in one episode. Usually if you see a food placement, that's free advertising. They paying for the episode. So we still got Doritos, we got Sprite, and we got it was somebody else. I just said Doritos and Pepsi. All them. I'm surprised to get out Pepsi and Coke, because Coke is Sprite in the same episode. But anywho, what was I just talking about? Y'all know I be losing my train of thought. It's hot. Y'all just don't understand. I'm surprised y'all can see me perspiring right here. What else just happened? So yeah, I'm very surprised that Unique just walked in. And it's clear, I'm so proud of Unique. Oh my gosh, y'all just don't understand how proud I am of him. That he ain't folding like I thought. And I said that the only way that this could go down in my eyes and feel like it's like that he was winning is if this was fake. He's faking the funk. Him and Royale are still working together. I wouldn't trust Royale at all. I don't know, the conversation that they had in the tailor shop seemed legit, but maybe Royale came in there to tell Unique that I ain't fucking with you no more like that, in case Rock was listening somewhere, in case she had ears somewhere around. But yeah, him and Unique still fucking with each other. Or maybe it was because Royale realized that he really ain't shit to them. They just using him anyway. He really ain't part of the team. They would kill him at any moment. He need to go back to where he came from, which was surprising to me that fucking Unique would even allow him to come back into his life like that. But after he left out the bodega, intimidating Juliana, he goes out there and he has a conversation with Royale. Okay? The next time we see Unique, he in the shop. He gonna get it back up and running. He got a shipment of fine silks coming in from Paris, and that's another. Lady Cop coming in. I forgot her name already. So Lady Cop coming in and basically trying to get him to speak on who could have possibly set him up. And she's still trying to figure out who shot Roger Rabbit at this particular point. And Unique ain't playing her game. What he said, he got something to match her baby blue eyes. Her eyes brown as a motherfucker. That shit fucking me up right there. But he did get the tranquility prayer messed up too. Or the serenity prayer. What is it called? Serenity prayer? Nah, I'm messing it up too. I know he messed up serenity and tranquility in it. What is it called? It's the serenity prayer, ain't it? Anyway, hey, that's the prayer that they say when they come through Alcoholics Anonymous. Anywho, Unique ain't playing her game. Unique got his own game going on. When she came in, he was on the phone. He was on the phone talking to somebody about Rock's shipment. Earlier when the Rock and them all got together, and she talked to Lou and Marvin about how the shipment got hit and everybody fucking around and bullshitting, and they gotta handle these damn Italians. Well, Marvin and Lou don't want to fuck with the Italians because they like mafioso type of motherfuckers. And Rock said she ain't scared of nobody, right? You know what I'm saying? So she wanted a meeting with the Italians. But she had told Marvin and them, we gonna start taking our shit in the short bus at this particular time. Or am I backwards? No, I'm right. They gonna start taking the shit over in the short bus. And when Lady Cop walked into a Unique spot, he on the telephone telling whoever it is on the phone is coming over to Jersey from the south side in a short bus. And don't fuck with the driver because he with me. The driver was Rorel. Okay? Because earlier, so the meeting. Let's go with the meeting so far. Rock, Lou, and Marvin goes over to go meet the Italians. It's a gang of them motherfuckers. Of course, the Italians already mad, disrespectful, mad, racially racist and everything. Y'all let me know. I know a few Italians, not many, but a few. I haven't experienced this type of racism. Haven't even witnessed it, other than on TV. For those, especially those who live in New York and New Jersey, is this the type of interaction that y'all have with Italians there? Are they still this fucking racist at this particular time in that same manner? The ones I know the ones I knew in St. Louis, I didn't get that same vibe. Maybe they talked about me like a dog when they went back home to their mamas and their wives or whatever. But yeah, the ones I knew in the military, I didn't get that same race, like they even grew up in the era of racism to me. But I always see it portrayed in TV. Even like say, I know this is supposed to be set back in 1990s. That's when I went into the military. It was in the 90s. So like all the Italians that I met then, I didn't get that same vibe, that same feeling. It just, I don't know. They seem to love my black ass, and if nothing else, you know, even the men, they just, I'm talking about even the black men that I knew that was around them, they were just as cool as a motherfucker with them. So y'all let me know if y'all have that type of experience. It's interesting. Because Kenan's father, he was dating an Italian woman when I met him. So 2 kids are by her, so they're like half Italian. I don't know. As far as I know, they embraced him too. Shit. Maybe because he was making money for them. Because he was selling dope. And he was selling their cocaine. Ain't no telling y'all. Okay. So they go over there to have this meeting. Because Rock said she ain't scared of no motherfucker. She ain't gonna let nobody tell her what to do and how to do what she do. This is her business. She's a problem solver, so she can go over and fix the fucking problem. Well, she goes over there, like I said, he's mad, disrespectful, talking all kind of shit to her, and he come up to her and tell her, look, you got to pay a motherfucking toll in order to come over here. You can't just bring your shit over to my neighborhood. And Rock is like, oh, so you wasn't in that neighborhood, you wasn't setting up shop there. He said, I'm everywhere. Motherfucker, I'm like God. I'm every fucking where. Even if you don't see me, I'm there, right? So you need to pay your fare in order to come through this motherfucker. So he slipped Lou a little note saying this is how much you got to pay. Lou slipped it to Rock, and Rock was like, no, I'll consider it. Balled the shit up and said reject it, you know, and she walked the fuck off. Now the dude said that he kind of liked Rock, you know, she showing some little spunk, some little I think that's how you say it. She doing all that, but the thing was, Lou was starting to apologize, like trying on a respect level, like, you know, I apologize for not, you know, whatever. And Rock shut that shit down. We ain't sorry for shit. So she goes outside and she confronts Lou, like, don't you ever motherfucking speak for me, you know. And that's when they had the conversation about these are motherfuckers you don't want to fuck with, right? And, you know, of course Marvin said he ain't scared of shit. Marvin ain't never scared of shit. He ain't never upset about nothing. Let him tell it. And it's making Lou look soft as fuck. That's what it's making Lou look soft. Okay. On top of the fact, you know, Patron is still trying Lou. He's still trying Lou. So They didn't mention, other than in quick conversation, that somebody is skimming off the top. So I guess they finally recognized that Kanan, or they finally recognized something dope was missing. But it don't seem like it's a big deal to Rock at the time. Who else am I missing? Juliana. She confronted Rock. She was like, "Why you keep letting, Joey badass fine in the motherfucker. Both these episodes, Joey just fine. Why you letting Unique run up in my spot like that? He was up in the bodega again. You supposed to be hard. You supposed to be tough. This is showing weakness to me." And so Rock was trying to tell her, "Look, her, this is part of the business, part of strategy. Don't worry about him. We got this. No, it's all a game we playing." And Juliana like, "I ain't playing your fucking game." Rock looked at her like, "Okay, you think you ain't?" And she just walked the fuck out. She didn't even entertain the conversation no more. We didn't see nothing else about the bodega. And after Unique made that phone call and was talking to Lady Cop, we didn't see no more of Unique either. So Famous, he got the apartment from Crown, and he throwing a big party. Kanan had paid for everything in the party. Where did he get the money? Well, he was over at the spot at the Bailey's after they got hit. I'm missing something. Because, okay, the second truck went over there, the short bus truck went over to New Jersey, and the Italians hit again. That's the part I was missing. And Royale was the driver, so again, they left him the fuck alone. Called, let Rock and them know we got hit again. But they over at the Baileys. They got to slow down operations so they figure out what the fuck is going on over in Jersey to make heads from tails. They moved too fucking fast in the first place, but now Rock need to pump the brakes on all that shit, okay? Now, the apartment is smelling. Now, y'all remember when Marvin buried that man in the wall, season 1. And I made a whole big stink about that body was going to start decomposing and stinking within a matter of a few days. Child, it's been 3 months. Maybe longer at this particular point, because these motherfuckers wearing turtlenecks now. No, school ain't started yet. School still ain't started, and they wearing turtlenecks. It's still hot in New York. But anywho, now all of a sudden the body's stinking. 3 months later. That ain't how that shit works. Anybody that's ever been in science, anybody that's ever worked in a funeral home, everybody been around a dead body, it starts to stink in a matter of days. Decomposition starts within 24 hours of the body dying. Okay? Maggots would have been all through it, feeding off of it, everything, within a matter of 2 to 3 days. Especially sealed in a wall. But now it's 3-4 months later, and they just now smelling it like it's reeking. You would not still be able to smell that strong, unless it had been sitting in the water and just got pulled out. But that body would have been stinking way back when Marvin first killed that dude, not now. But it gives us a storyline, because now Marvin got to move the fucking body. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Jukebox for a second. So Jukebox mama invited her to church, right? And her and Kanan was having to talk about how she finally met the lady, and she looked her in the eyes, and there was something familiar that she saw about her, that she knew about her. And so she know that they are connected in some way. And since her mama invited her to church, she finna go to church. Well, she had to go to the house to go get some dresses to go to church. I know I'm missing the part. She had to get some dresses to go to church. Right, and because her mom invited her, so she was like, I want to go spend time with this lady. And while she was there at the house, Marvin came in, but she recognized that Marvin had changed her room. He made it fit her. He painted the room, had some posters up, had some music symbols, some staffs and treble clefs and bass notes all over the doggone wall. Made it for like a musician or a singer's room. It took out. And at first she was like impressed, but she don't want to be, because she want to still hate her father right now. And then she was like, whatever, And he came in, he was like, trying to talk to her like, he still ain't saying that he's sorry. That's the thing that I think she's waiting to hear. He's trying to do the work, but he hasn't still verbalized it. Sometimes you still need that verbal, especially your fucking child. You whooped her ass, your own flesh and blood. Okay. Yeah, I'm missing something else. I'll get back to that. Yeah, on Flesh and Blood, right? So she still walked out and went back to what's the lady name? Raquel's house. Staying with them, right? And she still ain't gonna stay with her daddy. And you know, Marvin is feeling some kind of way. And you can see he having these little outbursts throughout the day. He goes to meet with the counselor. She said she wanted to talk to him outside of class because he ain't saying shit in class. That's all he doing is showing the fuck up, which is basically what the judge said he gotta do. But she's like, no, you gotta motherfucker participate. And he lets her know, you know, I got a daughter who won't even talk to me. I did some foul shit. It wasn't no ancestral sick shit like that, but it was some foul shit that she probably shouldn't forgive me for. And that's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm going through. That's what's making me uncomfortable. I need to then figure out how to get my damn daughter back in my life. That's pretty much what was going on. Okay, so prior to Royale going over there driving the school bus over there and getting hit by the Italians, they said they already had a meeting in the apartment, which Kanan was there, okay? And the walls was stinking like crazy. Kanan was inspecting the room because as far as you got to the room, the scent just got built and built and built. He inspecting the rooms, and I'm tripping off this apartment. When Rock fixed that apartment up, that was the one that looked like she lived there. It had furniture and everything, and now not so much. It's like almost like an abandoned room. It's just like you got one little bed that's also slacks on the floor. And then they had like a couch or two in the front, and it didn't look like a home anymore. And that place looked like a real fucking home, a real apartment that somebody's residing in. Because remember, she was acting like she was Susie homemaking shit in the kitchen with her catering business. But so, yeah, Kanan went to go investigate this damn smell. He sprayed all this damn air freshener around, and he noticed these Nike shoe boxes. Nike is a sponsor. Nike shoe boxes in the corner. And he started going through the boxes trying to check out the shoes. It came across this box of money. Kanan took a whole wad of money with him. Now, I told y'all, I came up in the household that was involved in the game. I work finance. You know what I'm saying? Accounting. Money is my thing. Don't nobody band up $600 at a time. They trying to tell us that whole band that he took was only $600. Don't nobody band money up in 600s. Don't nobody, y'all know I be petty, and that irritated me to hear that he took $600 because that's how much Warrior was supposedly short. And Marvin is like, we're gonna find out who the fuck's skimming off the top. When we find out who that person is, we gonna do what we gotta do to them. It's his fucking nephew. I think Rock almost put two and two together that Kanan is the one who stole the money, because when Juke told her that Famous had an apartment, he was like, "What the fuck you get the money from?" Like, okay, Crown Machacho Patron gave him an apartment. He had a hookup, this and third. But I think Rock was like, "Fuck, you get the money from?" You know, that's what she thinking. You know, even though he may have gave him an apartment, how he supplying the food and the clothes and the furniture and all that shit. Yeah, I think she's suspicious, but she didn't speak no more on it. So, I think I might be missing something else. But anyway, Kanan goes over to Famous's party. Camacho is there. I got his name right. He is there, and he has a tape for Jukebox to listen to, a new song that he thinks that she really like. Now, you know this girl write her own music, you know, but anywho, there was this chick that showed up to this door to let them know y'all too fucking loud. And you can, everybody smoking weed. Everybody smoking weed. You open the door, this weed should have hit you in the motherfucking face. This, he, you know, thinks she cute, trying to talk to her. Her name is Corinne. Corinne there was with her mother, Paloma, one of them two, right? Paloma looked like she trying to fuck Kanan. Her daughter said, "Well, can I come hang with them for a second?" She tell her, "Yeah, you don't just smell all this fucking weed coming out this damn apartment. You don't know these motherfuckers from left and right. You just came over there to warn them how about the music is loud and how the lady down the hallway would call the police on them, and you saying, yeah, you can go hang out there for a minute." And he walked away and said, Shantae looking at Kanan like, "Boy, well, fuck you." And like I said, this take me back to the jail scene when Vernon was telling him that his daddy was getting all the hoes at his age. And so Kanan, you know, looked like he gonna hit the mama, he gonna hit the daughter, and then in episode 5, Kanan started fucking with a white girl that looked like he was trying to smash. Okay, so Epps, let's go with him real quick. Lady Cop. Not only is she going around trying to still figure out who the hell shot Roger Rabbit, she's still digging into Epps' business, and she followed the hooker last week, right? Andrea. Well, now she got her in interrogation, and it just so happened that Epps told her, I got a son just like you, he about your son's age, and now she get to spill that tea to Lady Cop. Unknowingly, because she was scared because Lady Cop threatened her with child welfare. Okay, so yeah, she spilled the tea, so now Lady Cop know he got a son that's a teenager. She gonna put two and two together and realize that's Kanan. That's why he keep letting Kanan go. She ain't dumb. She not dumb. But what is he gonna do to her? Because now, and of course Andrea go back, which don't make sense to me, Lady Cop. You know damn well she gonna go back to him and tell him, this bitch just hauled me in and questioned me about you. You know this, like. No, he calling Kanan ain't answering. He goes over to the crib to go find out where Kanan at. And, you know, last week, at the end of the episode, you know, after hearing all the Rock stories about how, you know, she really loved him and this, that, and third, he goes to go hang out with Epps, right? And he tells Jukebox, I had that same feeling that you had. I looked that man in his face, and there was something too familiar about him. So he believes that is indeed his father. And Rock had followed him over there, so she know that's where he went. So this particular episode, Rock trying to be all mommy-ish, and she takes him out to the Catskills, and just to go camping for a night. And the Italians, for some reason, now they done hit one stash on their own. They hit the second stash with the help of Unique. Now all of a sudden they want to kill her. The transition didn't happen for me. It didn't happen for me because it seemed like the boss man had a little bit of respect for him, but now he just gonna kill her, right? So these cats are following him. Marvin usually notices people around him, but he didn't this particular time. But for some reason, Marvin is following Tony. I thought Tony was going to be off the show. We go out to her house, you know, her rich bougie house, or her new bougie husband, or what have you. And Marvin is just following her around for some reason. I just don't understand why he following her. I don't get it. Y'all put two and two together for me. Maybe I missed that point, but I don't understand why Marvin is following Tony. And I thought Tony moved to California. Didn't they say that she had moved somewhere? She wasn't up in, I forgot the name of the place they said she was in. Scarsdale. They didn't say she was in Scarsdale, did they? Maybe she... I didn't think they said she was in Scarsdale, but that's where she's at, in Scarsdale. Anywho, so, I forgot what the hell. Rock is going to the cabin with Kanan. She want to spend some time with him, right? Well, Marvin then put the dead body in the trunk. Now, this body is so strong in this fucking apartment that air freshener couldn't cover it. He wrapped him up in a plastic bag, which is gonna make him even more funky if he is smell like that, and put some car air freshener on top of his body to try to keep the smell down. You would have smelled that all in the car, honey. I had some fucking orange juice explode in my car, and it smelled like death, nigga. Like death. For real. And so I know this decomposing body that y'all just now smelling 3 to 4 months later is still smelling from the trunk of that fucking car. I know it is. But the 4-car pine scents, come on, bruh. No. So, like I said, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm gonna just try to go back. I went to Jukebox, right? So Jukebox went to church with her mama. Let's finish off Jukebox. Went to church with her mama. And they going to like a choir rehearsal. So I'm not sure why she was dressed like she was going to Sunday service. But she went to choir rehearsal with her mama. Her mama was singing, Mary, don't you weep. No, tell Martha not to moan. Martha, don't you moan. I know Mary, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha. That's all. Okay. And, you know, Toya was doing her thing. She was doing her thing. But I know the actress that's playing Jukebox, for me, can blow her out the motherfucking water, baby. Blow her out the water. And so she's like, you know what, Pastor, I want my daughter to come up sing. Because I want you to see how blessed she is like I am, baby. When Jukebox got up there, she put her mama to shame. And her mama was like, ooh, I knew she could sing, but she could sing. Some of the dude was trying to push up on her and everything. You know, she had her hair down and everything, because you know the words that Patron was saying to her about looking more cute, looking more beautiful, what have you, was starting to get to her. Plus, she was able to listen to the tape that Crown had gave her, and it was Ziza's voice on it. They took her motherfucking song, the Armor song, and put Ziza on it. And who the fuck did it? Lou. It wasn't even Camacho to do it, but Camacho wanted to make sure that Lou felt his wrath from his niece. He wanted to, you know, put some tension in that family bond. So he made sure the jukebox got it. He made sure the jukebox heard it. But Lou, the one that gave the shit to her, I said it last week too. I said it's probably gonna be Lou. Anywho, so she was singing, baby. She didn't have to tell Pharaoh not to moan. We didn't have to tell Pharaoh nothing. We didn't have to tell Mary to weep, because the way jukebox sang. My cousin texted me, hey, Graham. She was like, hey, she gave me the Holy Spirit this morning when I watched. I mean, I rose to my feet. And I was like, you better fucking sing, girl. Ooh, she was hitting some notes. I don't even want to imitate, because I don't want to do her no injustice. I don't want to do that to her. The baby, she was singing a song. She was, girl. Oh, she was hitting it. She was dropping down to that second alto on that ass. And then she came back with, whoa, baby. Jukebox, you better sing, girl. You better motherfucking sing, girl. How her mama know she can sing? Anyway, they must have been like me, never talking and getting to know each other. That's probably got to be what it is. Got to be what it is. So, yeah. So some of the dude at the church was flirting with her, but you know, Juke and the girl. So she went for the fuck with her boy. She let him know your prayers ain't finna get answered today, son. But she was looking all crude and stuff. She had her hair down, you know. She even went to go confront Trouble. And Trouble's like, Lou one gave me the damn song, shit. And, you know, Juke went to go confront him about it. You know, he was like, I apologize. I should have asked you. You should not have gave to it all. She was like, well, she needed a good song. She sounded good on it, and it came out good. And yeah, she changed the tempo. It's no longer a ballad. It's a little bit more upbeat. No, I like Jukebox's version. Maybe I'm just biased. Whatever. I don't think Trouble could sing. And she did not do that song any justice. And then Lucy comes talking about she can compete with anybody, Michelle and all that. Boy, shut the hell up. Don't make me come in that TV and smack you. Oh, okay. Is that it for Lou? Famous came in. Famous let him know that Patron was fucking his sister. Okay. And he was like, I would have told you, man. It's like, we like blood. We like family. And Lou tried to play cool like, yeah, I didn't know that shit. I didn't know. You know, Patron been playing him left and right through the whole dog episode. They went to go try to sell the song that ZZ did to some radio dudes to give him some spins, and they both was playing him to the left and the right. Now Fareed just told him, if you want to be the boss, you better act like the boss and make sure everybody around you know, right? So he knows that Patron is playing him left and right. They get to the parking lot, and I think they was calling him Money Man and some shit like that, and Patron was saying he needed to calm down or relax. So he said something crazy to him, and Lou punched him in the motherfucking face. Baby lip was big, it swole. Remember how Martin head was when he had that boxing match against Holyfield? Yeah, that's how Patron lip looked. It was big than a motherfucking baby. So he gets up and try to pull a gun. You know, he at least flashes his gun on his hip. And Lou like, nigga, you ain't gonna pull it. Don't ever pull a gun out on somebody that you ain't gonna use it. He said, what makes you think you ain't gonna use it? Because I said so, nigga. Turned around and walked off. That's the confidence walking here. You know, Rock still trying to make him seem like he a little bitch, a little hoe, a little punk. But Lou ain't. He just don't want to like disrespect his sister. Because earlier he had to ask her for some motherfucking money. Where your money at, Lou? He had to get the another mixer that he, like I said, he ended up getting from Fareed. But why you ain't got no money, dog? You put all your money into this studio, and then Rock just treating you like a little bitch, and you just allowing her to. So, okay, there's Jukebox story. Kanan's story kind of tying with Rock's story. Marvin's story is finished pretty much. Lou's story is done. So we're gonna go into Rock and Kanan up in the Catskills, you know. Once we get up there and they have that little kumbaya moment from him, you can clearly see that Kanan is still not believing words that his mama is saying. She let him know that he gotta step up now and be a bigger man. He gotta make his own money, and he gotta want the game. And he said he wanted. So she said, "It ain't gonna be no more lies between us." He's like, "Yeah, no more lies from you either, mama." Where have you, right? Kanan goes to run off with this little white girl to go smoke some weed and shit like that, right? And they was finna kiss and make out, what have you. And one of the Italian dudes, like I said, they've been following Rock. He tries to confront Kanan. Well, he's only confronting Kanan because he's a racist asshole. That's the only reason why he confronting him. Because at first I was like, is this the girl daddy? No. She didn't even know the dude. They ain't killing each other, you know. But Rock got there just in time to go snatch Kanan up, basically. She didn't put her hands on him, but she might as well be put him out by the ear and say, "Stay the fuck away from white girls. This bitch just get you killed." You know what I'm saying? And trying to just get him understand the severity of what's really going on. Now, earlier, one of the dudes almost killed Rock, but then a family came out of the woods and was looking for some firewood, and Rock said, "Yeah, go on, do your thing. You can have some." I thought this motherfucker was coming over there to actually light a torch from her fire. So he was doing this gathering the woods. Sticks and shit. So anyway, they didn't get the killer that night. And the dude is all pissed off because, Kanan was in there talking to the white girl. So he wanted to kill Kanan now too. They had this whole argument. How about Sal don't let you kill no kids? That's a thing amongst the mafia that I've heard. You don't kill kids. You don't kill the kids, okay? Women and kids you normally don't kill. That's the motto they normally stick by. You start a war with that shit. But he was so dead set on killing a little nigga boy. So while they out here in this woods, Rock decides to drive off into the deep forest. And Kanan don't want to ask no questions. But they get out there and Rock shows him the body in the trunk. He looked at his mama like, this motherfucker crazy. From this point on, his entire expressions he had for Rock was, this bitch crazy. This bitch, my mama is crazy. She would kill a motherfucker. And she had Kanan help her bury that body. They out there in the woods with 6 feet deep, burying his body in the damn woods, right? Well, they only staying in the Catskills for one day. And is it Catskills? Catskills or Catskills? One of the two. They only stay for one day, so they have to packing up the next day, and she give Kanan the keys to go turn him in at the front desk. Well, Kanan decides to make a detour to the white girl Hannah's room and slipping in there with her. I don't know if it was just about the weed or they was about to get busy or what have you. I don't know. But of course, the Italian dude busted in again and started whooping Kanan's ass. Now, the other one coming in to shoot Rock. Somehow, Rock got the drop on him. She had bought a blade earlier when they got there, and she snuck up behind him, had the blade to his throat. He got a gun in his hand. He's a man. I know we women like to think that we can whoop a man's ass left and right. Maybe if we had some type of training, then possibly. But that's all she got is a fucking gun, knife to your throat, dog. Grab, twist, grab, pull, flip her ass over you and shoot her ass dead or beat her with a fucking gun. But you ain't finna bring no knife to no fucking gunfight and think you gonna overtake me, son. And that's what happened though. She overtook him. The little white girl Hannah ran into the cabin and said, "Hey, he about to kill Kanan." Rock hit him in the back of the head with the butt of a knife and knocked him out. She didn't have the gun. She had a fucking knife. She knocked him out. She runs over to the cabin where the dude is standing up with the gun pointed at Kanan, ready to shoot and kill, and all of a sudden, blow from behind him. He's shot in the leg. I thought he was shot dead. No, he just got shot in the leg. The dude that was trying to kill Rock ended up shooting him because, again, we don't kill no fucking kids. So he got to put his mans in check. Okay, so Rock let them know, I know me and your boss, we going to have a conversation. But for right now, me and my son about to go home. Safely. Okay? I didn't kill you. You just saved my son. I think him and old boy gonna work. Her and old boy gonna be working together for some reason. I just got this strange feeling they're gonna be working together. Yeah, Kanan don't want to ask no questions though. Didn't want to ask no questions because Rock had already told him to lie earlier about why Detective Epps wanted to know why she wanted him dead. Was that he was gonna put? I was gonna say 120. What was his boy name? Buck 50. He was trying to pin Buck 50 on Kanan. And that's why she had to take him down. Then why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it right? Why you make him do it? That's still that. He asked, why did you want me to do? What did this dude do? So, I feel like I'm forgetting something something is important. Something that's highly important. No, that's about it. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for coming. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already done so. And see you in the next video. Peace.